little, you know.
She told me she was going to brush her teeth.
I told you I was having a midlife crisis.
Well, you're going to have to stay longer to go to the track and film my car.
Yeah.
Marty, come and
Come
sit.
sit.
Sit. Bully, sit.
Callie, sit. Bully,
Bully,
sit.
sit.
Bully, sit.
Bully.
That again. You're working it in Canada. Go.
Stop, stay. Stop, stay. Bully, sit. Bully, sit. Bully, sit. Bully, sit. Bully, sit. Cookie? Cookie's Gnarly. Gnarly, sit. Bully, sit. Come on, come. Come here. Bully, sit. 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 Good girls and boys.
Yay.
Yay.
Oh, there you are. Look, there's Rhys. You don't have to screech anymore.
Backyard. Backyard.
Hi, Gail.
Hi, Mary Jo.
How are you?
Pretty good.
I bet you're hot.
Yeah.
When we moved from the family home in Chateauguay to move to an apartment in Montreal, the family dog, Sasha, was a beagle type dog. She was the family dog. She was probably 10 years old and had lived with us since being a puppy. When the time came for us to move, the dog had to be euthanized because we couldn't take her to the apartment. And the day came when she had to go down to the vet to be euthanized, and nobody wanted to take her, and there was only me available. So my mother gave me the money for the cost of the euthanization. She sent for a cab. The cab came and got me and brought me to the veterinarian's clinic. I went inside. They took me and the dog in the room. They euthanized the dog. The dog died. And then I went back outside and the cab was still there. And I took the cab home. And I cried all the way home.
How old were you?
12. I was 12 years old.
Were you close to the
And I still
dog?
cry now when I think about it. You have to ask me questions.
This is Rhys Chrysler. He lives in Hamilton, and he's going to tell us, Rhys, where were you born?
I was born in Montreal, Quebec, at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in 1957.
And where did you grow up when you were young?
Well, we lived in Montreal, someplace in Montreal, and then later on we moved to Chateauguay, Quebec.
Chateauguay.
I lived at 115 Craig Street.
We drove through Chateauguay on the way back from Nova Scotia.
Yeah, Chateauguay is quite the up-and-coming town now.
It's an interesting area.
Yes, it's a suburb of Montreal.
We gather that, but we were looking for how to cross the St. Lawrence, and you would never know the St. Lawrence River was there.
Well, you know it's there when you get on the Mercier Bridge.
Is that what they call it? Is that the one that goes over to A20?
Yeah, I think it's the Mercier Bridge. And the Indian reservation there.
Oh,
is
we
where they
didn't go
had
that
the
far
Oka
over.
confrontation.
I think that's why they built the bridge, yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it like living there?
It was boring.
So Rhys, is that why you turned to drugs and alcohol?
No. The reason I turned to drugs and alcohol was my life was unfulfilled somehow. And drugs and alcohol seemed to fill my life up with joy and happiness. So that's pretty much that.
And how old were you when you left Chateauguay?
When I left Chateauguay, I was 12. My mother sold the house from underfoot, and she moved to Montreal to work in a bank. She bought an apartment and put me in a new school.
And how old were you?
I was
10?
12 years
12.
old, and everything went downhill from there.
Because you didn't like living in Montreal?
No, because I was taken from my family home and placed in a strange environment, big city in Montreal.
And did your parents separate at that time as well? Was that
Well,
part
my
of
parents separated when I was 2, so I was never a happy
Oh.
child. I
Wow.
was always an unhappy child.
And how many brothers and sisters did you
I
have?
had 3 older sisters and a mother who I lived with from the time I was 2.
You were surrounded by women?
Yes. So
Oh
I'm
my
I'm a
God.
bit of a, what do you call that? What do you call a person who doesn't like women that much? A
Misogynist.
misogynist. I love women.
But you hate them.
No, I don't hate them. I just don't have very much respect for them sometimes.
Okay, and how do you feel about men?
I don't know a lot of. Since my father left, so I don't really have a lot of respect for men either.
So
I'm
you
just
were-
my own type person.
So that would make you a misanthrope, wouldn't it?
Misanthrope. A misanthrope.
You hate
yeah.
people.
Yes, basically. I'm a misogynistic misanthrope. Yeah.
Awesome. So how long did you live in Montreal?
I lived between the age of 12 and say 15 or 16 when my mother was moving around. My mother moved around a lot.
Did she?
She was trying to dump me, I'm pretty sure.
You and the rest of the crew?
Yeah,
Your
the rest of
sisters?
the crew was already growing up.
Ah.
The older sisters were already growing up.
Really?
So, yes. So they were out on their own with boyfriends and so and such in their own
Oh.
apartments. And I was the straggler, and I was a boy. So my mother didn't really know how to deal with boys.
Yeah.
So she didn't know what to do with me.
Well, I've met
She
your
had her own
mother.
life, you know,
Your
she-
mother, Mary, right? That's your mother?
No, she never remarried.
No, your mother's name is Mary, right?
Yeah, her name is
I
Mary.
met her.
Yeah.
So she's quite the character.
Yes, she is quite the character. Yeah. Yes.
Hmm. So where did she move at? Like, did she just move around Montreal?
She worked in a bank in Montreal. So no, she stayed in Montreal, and then one time she did try to move to Ontario, but then I showed up there, so then she moved back to Montreal.
Well, did you guys
Every
speak
time she
French?
moved, she'd have a smaller apartment. Let's put it that way.
Oh.
So I sort of got the message in my brain that, you know, I was being squeezed out. So then I had to sort of make it on my own after that.
Did you guys speak French when you were growing up?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh.
This was prior to Bill 101,
Right.
which forced all French to be taught in all schools.
I see.
So this was when I was growing up. It was prior to Bill 101.
So in Chateauguay, they spoke English?
Primarily, it was in English.
Oh, okay.
Everything was English.
And
when
Montreal,
grew
I
up.
know they
all the
speak-
stop signs were English. All the signs were English.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
When Bill 101 came in, and the
Yeah.
part of Quebecois came in,
Right?
that was it for me. I left Quebec.
So you went to the
Vancouver.
Ontario?
I
You
went
did
to
go
Vancouver.
west. So how long were you in Vancouver?
Yeah, because my mom moved to Vancouver, and I had no place to live, so I had to follow her.
Oh, so how old were you when you went to Vancouver?
I would say 16 or 17 when I started hitchhiking out there, back and forth.
Really? Between like Quebec and...
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
hitchhiked around for many years, actually.
Really?
Staying in hostels and Sally Ann's. Sally Ann is great.
Is it?
Yes, Sally Ann is, you know, it's there for people who need it.
That's
And when you
awesome.
need it, they're there.
I've heard that, yeah.
I donate to Sally Ann every year. You know they have the Christmas
Yep.
pots? I always put money in there. Can't go wrong giving money to Sally Ann.
So did you just sort of drop out of school because you were so...
Oh, as soon as we moved from Chateauguay to Montreal, that was
Yeah?
it for school.
You're kidding.
I did 1 year in the elementary, and then when I went to the high school,
Really?
that was it.
Did you start working or
Or
were you, what do you call that?
a miscreant? Yes.
A couch floater or something like
Yeah,
that?
drug taking, pot smoking, hanging around downtown and doing shenanigans,
Really?
all kinds of things like that.
So-
I don't want to get into details,
Okay.
but I,
So is that basically your lifestyle until you met Gail? Or did you settle down a little
actually,
bit? No, you got
yes.
married, I think.
Yes.
in there
No,
somewhere.
I was never married, but we did have
Oh.
a child. Her name is Laura. She's a beautiful,
Laura,
beautiful
right.
kid. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
And she lives in Vancouver now. She's all grown up. But I was a terrible father. I did all the wrong things the right way.
Well, how would you know any better?
I had no one to teach me,
Exactly.
right? So anyway, let's not get into it. too deep into that
Yeah.
because I don't know who's going to be watching this.
And we can always cut things out.
Yeah, edit.
Edit.
All the best. Can I drink while I'm on?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not? This is Rhys in his natural habitat. Eating
Yes.
his natural habitat food. Liquid, I mean.
Liquid beer. Okay, so after the first relationship ended, not by my choice, but Christine. Her name was Christine, and I loved her.
Did you?
Oh, I was so much in love with her. I would have done anything for her. I loved her so much, and she rejected me, and I just couldn't handle it.
Ah.
And then I started using more and more drugs and alcohol.
When was that? What year?
Oh, my mind is
When Laura was
oh, this is my wife, Gail. Who just came in the
butting into
shot.
the story.
This is
Yeah.
Gail.
82. Laura's born 81.
Laura's born in 81, so pretty much Christine
Right
left
around
in
then?
81, left me with Laura.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I raised Laura from 81 to maybe 84, 85 by myself.
Wow, that's a hard job.
Well, I didn't know how to do it. I was drinking the whole time, using drugs, so I did a shitty job. And she ended up in foster care eventually. Because her mother sued for custody and got custody
You're
from me.
kidding. So she left her with you, and then
Right.
came back later
She
and
abandoned Laura to me, and then she
sued for custody.
came back, tracked me down,
Ah.
sued for custody, and she got it.
Wow.
Thank you, Children's Aid Society of Ontario. So,
So then eventually, so when did Gail come into the picture?
Gail came into the picture in 19... It's a trick question.
Yes, it is. It's a trick.
1992.
Is that right, Gail?
I told them.
It was 1992 when I met Gail, and it was the best night of my life.
Awesome! Woohoo!
And mine.
Yeah. Gail even tried to kiss me.
Oh,
Slip
wow.
me the tongue on the first
Woohoo!
kiss.
I'm sure she did.
Why?
How come I don't remember?
Oh, you were drunk.
Drunk with love.
Yeah, I can really imagine
Overcome with
Gail being drunk.
And where did I meet Gail? In a bar, of all places.
And what were you doing in the bar that night?
I was eating salad, smoking cigarettes. You could smoke in bars at that time. And I was drinking.
All
so
right.
She must have thought I was a high roller.
Wow,
I
she
could
saw you
afford to
eating.
eat, drink, and smoke cigarettes. So she probably figured I was quite the deal.
And what were you doing that night, Gail?
I was celebrating.
What were you celebrating?
I had gotten a job.
What kind of a
I've been
job?
unemployed for, July, August, September, for 3 months, and I got myself a
I
job.
hooked up with
In
an unemployed
Vancouver?
woman. No, her job offer was in Montreal.
Oh, but you were in Vancouver at the time.
That's right.
We were in Vancouver.
So she's going to get drunk and get laid and
No, wait,
leave for Montreal.
Let's backtrack. Yeah, basically, I think that was the plan. She'll never admit that, but I think I know. But anyway, I would like Gail to tell who she was with at the bar.
Who were you with at the bar, Gail?
Linda Lowe,
Linda Lowe.
her girlfriend Debbie, I think was her name, this blonde woman,
Yeah.
and her boyfriend, or someone that she wanted to get her hooks in, who was this big,
Tall
tall
guy.
football kind of player guy.
And who else?
And this short guy.
Shorter than Gail?
A midget.
Shorter than Gail?
Yes.
Oh my
A
God.
tiny person. Tiny, but he had quite a character. He's quite a
So
guy.
why did you want Gail to describe who she was with that night?
I don't know. Because it was like a circus meeting her.
That's why you fell in love.
I don't think we fell in love that night. I think it took quite a while for us to fall in love.
A little persuasion, eh?
I think we needed each
He
other.
gave me a yellow rose.
Aww.
That was Jeff's idea.
Jeff knew how to do it.
My father-in-law. I
Oh.
told him I was going to visit her, so he gave me a rose and a little vase.
That's the vase we have on our windowsill now.
Yeah, and that didn't seal the deal. What sold the deal was when she did get her job in Montreal,
Yeah.
we were corresponding
Oh.
Not on the internet, but like
They
actual.
didn't have internet back then.
Yeah, they didn't have internet, so we're actually writing letters. So I would spend hours looking in the dictionary, so I wouldn't. And now I love spell check. But anyway, that's a different story. Making sure all my words were spelled properly, and I'd send her letters. And it was her birthday. Was it your birthday?
It was my birthday.
And I went to the corner store, and you know how they sell candy kisses by 2 cents each
Yeah.
for a candy kiss?
Yeah.
I bought a whole box of candy kisses, a whole box, and I mailed them to her.
You did?
That's what sealed the deal.
All right.
When she got those kisses, boom, I was the man. And then she came back. She couldn't keep her hands off me the whole time, man.
I want more.
That was it. It was love.
Okay, I'm cutting it off here.